All right, my dear students, welcome once again. Today, in this lesson, you will learn what is an inverse proportion. Okay, to understand the inverse proportion, let's take one example. Let's say I take number of students in one part and the number of days. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, let's say I say there are 50 students and the food packets are available for 50 students that will last for, say, let's say 10 days. This is a typical example of a hostel where 50 students live, and for the 50 students the food which is there will last for 10 days. Now what happened, you got a new set of students. For this is the beginning of a session and 50 more students got added. Now you have 100 students. Okay, now what is going to happen, the same amount of food will not last for 10 days, it will be much lesser. Okay, so what is happening here, when you increasing, okay, so number of students have been increased. So when the number of students have been increased, automatically the number of days that food will last will be lesser. So when you are increasing one side, the other side of the data decreases, and that sort of relation is called inverse, the opposite. So increasing the one side, it decreases the other side automatically. So let's say number of a student, you represent it with number x, and number of days you represent it by y. So based on this inverse proportion, you can say x is inversely proportional to y. Okay, now when you remove this sign of proportion, you have to put a constant and it will be like this. You can also solve x and y will be multiplied, and there you get k. So it means it tells you the multiplication of the two data x and y is always constant. So if you go further, let's say 50 you represent by x1 and 100 will be x2. So this number of days 10 will be represented by y1 and this will be y2. So based on this concept, you can also say x1 y1 will be equal to x2 y2, okay, sorry, y2, and they all will be constant, same number. Okay, so this is what we understand by inverse proportion. Now we'll try to find out, if there are 100 students, how many days the food will last. Okay, how many days the food will last. So let's find out with this. So this will be equal to x1 y1 equal to x2 y2. They are constant, they are all equal. So the value of x1 is 50 into y1 is 10, x2 I know 100, and y2 I have to find out. So you can write y2 is equal to 50 into 0 10 by 100. If you solve it, cancel it, 0 0 will get cancelled, so you will get 5. So the food will last for 5 days. Okay, so you can see easily, when you have less it was more, when you have more it became less. So by increasing the one side, the other side decreases, and that is called inverse proportion. Remember this, the only difference between direct and inverse proportion was that x divided by y was equal to x1 divided by y1, x2 divided by y2, that was constant. Here x y multiplication x1 y1 x2 y2 is constant. So here the division was constant, here multiplication is constant. So this is the difference you will find out between direct and inverse proportion. So remember this, and I will meet you in the next class with sums on direct and inverse proportion. All right, until then, You keep studying. Take care. Have a good day. Bye bye.